The Polish Lithuanian Union lasted for 400 years, which is longer than many an empire. It all began at the end of the 14th century, together with concluding the personal union of the two thrones. Poland wished to recover lands taken by the Teutonic Order and also to acquire a king, since the last ruler of the Kingdom of Poland left only his daughter Jadwiga. Jadwiga, who was elected as a king of Poland, was already engaged to a young and handsome prince from Vienna. However, Poland's noblemen decided to marry her to the Prince of pagan Lithuania, who did not have much experience at European salons. The union of Poland and Lithuania arose from the need of joint defense against the Teutonic Knights. Moreover, the Kingdom of Poland ascribed itself with a Christianizing mission, and the Lithuanians understood that to remain pagan only invited further attacks from the Knights. Our union underwent its baptism by fire at the Battle of Grunwald in 1410. This was one of the largest battles of the entire Middle Ages, during which the combined power of Poland and Lithuania crushed the might of the Teutonic Order. In 1411, Samogitia was incorporated into Lithuania, a land which the Teutonic Knights had tried to conquer. Many Lithuanian boyars then failed to discern any further sense in maintaining the alliance with the Poles. And yet the Polish-Lithuanian Union survived, because the permanence of the bond between Poland and Lithuania, unlike other European unions, was determined primarily by the brotherhood of the knightly class, and subsequently the two nobilities. It all began with the Union of Horodło. One Polish family gave their crest to a family from the Grand Duchy of Lithuania, which entailed a symbolic adoption. The son of Jagiełło, Kazimierz IV, crushed the Teutonic Knights' state, and Poland thereby regained access to the sea. His son, in turn, Władysław II, obtained the Czech and Hungarian thrones. The Jagiellonians were then the most powerful dynasty in Central and Eastern Europe. At the turn of the 15th and 16th centuries, the personal union was strengthened, and in Lublin in 1569 a real union was forged, which meant that state structures were combined. Thus arose a state having the same monarch, emblems, parliament, currency, and foreign and defense policy. Separate treasuries, administrations, armies and judiciaries were maintained. Polish crown lands significantly expanded, and that was not to the liking of old Lithuanian clans. But in this case too, we all managed to get along. The Polish-Lithuanian Union was also strengthened by military successes. Our ancestors achieved great victories over large enemies' armies, and hence they thought that God wanted the two countries to constitute a single power. After defeating the Teutonic Knights, Sweden and Russia became the main enemies of the Rzeczpospolita, as the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth was known. The Rzeczpospolita was also Europe's bulwark against advancing Islam. In the first half of the 17th century, we were at the peak of our power. The Polish-Lithuanian state was truly a multi-ethnic state. Not only Poles and Lithuanians made great careers here, as so did also the ancestors of today's Belarusians and Ukrainians. Representatives of various nations were accepted into the Szlachta. In a real sense, the Rzeczpospolita was an antecedent of today's United Europe. As our own Pope John Paul II aptly put it, from the Lublin Union to the European Union. The Polish-Lithuanian Union lasted over 400 years. After all, tyrants long had to bow before the King of Poland and the Grand Prince of Lithuania.